Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. Very good morning to you wherever you are around the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, you're highly welcome to this Wednesday morning edition. Yeah, it is a midweek Chelsea match day. It's going to be Chelsea Southampton later tonight. Yes, Chelsea Southampton later tonight. It is a big game, of course, just as our head coach has said yesterday. He rightfully spelled it out how the game is going to look like tonight. In fact, big dilemma for Maresca. It is a big dilemma for Maresca, our head coach, Enzo Maresca. It is a very big dilemma for him tonight against Southampton. How is Chelsea going to line up? It is a big dilemma for him. Making a decision on the players to choose, to make use of. Should he go back to another set of 11 players, or should he mix it up? What do you think? Hey, don't go anywhere. I have all your shout outs here. I'll be giving all of your shout outs here right on this channel this morning. Very good morning to you all once again. Well, do you go for full strength? Should Maresca go for full strength, put out a second team, or rotate partially? Should Maresca go for full strength, put out the second team, or rotate partially? Let me hear from you in the comment section. I know Maresca will keep downplaying the idea. Just as he has been doing. He kept downplaying the idea of we being in the title race. Yes. But we all know he's just trying not to create unnecessary pressure on such a young squad. Deep down his heart, he knows there is a small realistic possibility. There is a small realistic possibility. Oh yes, when Leicester won the league title, how many seasons ago, who expected them to win it? Well, we saw Southampton trouble Liverpool. There are no easy games against the Premier League team. And with respect, Southampton are probably more challenging than the caliber of teams in the Conference League. Oh yes. Oh yes. And our head coach, he made it very clear yesterday in the presser that the toughest game of the season so far is going to be against Southampton. And he has the reason. I believe one of the reasons is that Southampton had 5 days of rest. Chelsea had only a day. In fact, yes, we played a game on Sunday, had a recovery on Monday. Tuesday was the only day we have for training. That was yesterday. And we are facing them today. So Southampton had the advantage of resting the players 24 hours and training with them for 4 good days before coming into this game tonight. Dear friend, one area that Enzo Maresca will struggle most, I will come later this afternoon for my predicted lineup and preview. I'll come with my preview later this afternoon. But you see, one area that Enzo Maresca, our head coach, will struggle to fill. A player, Wesley Fofana, got hamstring injury in our last game. And even if Maresca wants to go with full strength, remember, West will not be available. And that is one area that he will struggle to fill. Will he be making use of Disasi, Adebayo, or Badashile? When West had an injury, he called on Badashile to that right center back, a left-footed player at the right center back. And Adebayo is a right-footed player, center back for that matter. But it looks like Maresca trusts so much in Badashile that he brought a left-footed player to the right center back when West got an injury, Wesley Fofana got an injury. What are we expecting tonight? Is he going to stick to Badashile in that position, or he will play the natural player, Adebayo, in that position, or Disasi in that position? Well, we wait to see. The three you can see on your screen, the Disasi, Badashile, and Adebayo on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is a very tricky one, but Chelsea must win it. We need to continue the winning streak in this December. Yeah. Remember November, we didn't lose any game. We had a draw, but we didn't lose any game in November. And this December, out of the 9 games that we have to play, we've already played 1. Yes, in this December, we played one. We are about to play the second one. Can we continue with the clean sheet? I am hoping so. I am hoping so. Quickly, before I continue, it is your breakfast. The FA will not charge Guehi, as was reported yesterday. The FA will not charge Guehi for having wrote "I love Jesus" on his rainbow armband this weekend or last weekend. As a reminder, religious messages are prohibited. That was just the warning given. That religious messages are prohibited on the day, on the armband. But he will not be punished for this, as it was earlier reported a few days back and yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen. And the question is, religious messages are prohibited, but sexuality is encouraged. Is it? Sexuality, religious messages are prohibited, but gay messages are allowed. Well, I will come to you, my brother Alde, who questioned me about, also said I should I mean, there's a way you put it in the comment section, which I'll get to that very soon. But do you think it is right that gay messages are allowed in the game of football, but religious messages should be prohibited? Come on. The FA, for me, the British or the English FA will have to revisit some of these issues. Fans need to rise up also and speak. Oh yes. If you are gay, you are gay. It's between you and your partner. It is between you and your partner. Many of us will frown on it. Many religious groups frown on it. Even in Europe, many religious groups frown on it. So they shouldn't bring those things into our beautiful game. Please. All right, quickly, we continue with Chelsea. Dear friends, the group stage of the Club World Cup, yes, the groups will be paired tomorrow, Thursday. The groups will be paired for the Club World Cup that is going to come off next year in America. Being hosted by the US of A. Club World Cup 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, the groups will be announced tomorrow, Thursday. But you see, the pots have been selected. The clubs that are participating in the games and their pots, pot 1, 2, 3. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the pot FIFA Club World Cup. Pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4. Pot 1, 2, 3, and 4. What is intriguing there is that, yes, all is set for the Club World Cup draw on Thursday. Pot 1 to pot 4. But what is intriguing then is that if you look at the pot carefully, Palmeiras is in the same pot. Is in pot 1. And Chelsea are in pot 2. Remember, Chelsea has a player playing for Palmeiras. And they are in pot 1. So there is every likelihood that Chelsea's player, that is Estevao, might be playing against his mother club. Ladies and gentlemen. But Ben Jacob came and clarified this issue. He said Chelsea can only draw Palmeiras, River Plate, Flamengo, or Fluminense from pot 1 in the Club World Cup draw. It means 25% chance of Estevao facing his new club. Remember, Estevao is supposed to report to Chelsea July. The Club World Cup will start in June. Now, Palmeiras actually want a player to represent them. That has been discussed even before the agreement was signed. But the likelihood that a player will play against his mother club before coming to the club itself is where the issue is right now. And according to Ben Jacobs, looking at the stats, all these things, Chelsea from pot 2 is likely to face Palmeiras, River Plate, Flamengo, or Fluminense in pot 1. But the chance of meeting Palmeiras is just about 25%, because if you check it, 25% for each of the clubs there. 4 clubs that are there right now. So it's just about 25% likely that Chelsea will meet Palmeiras, where Estevao will be playing against Chelsea. An exceptional window could, in theory, allow Estevao to be in Chelsea's squad instead. That will be based on agreement with both clubs. But Palmeiras expect him to play for them at the tournament. Sources within the Brazilian club insist this was pre-agreed as part of the move. The June 1st to 10 window, which the FA would have to take up, was not known at the time of the deal. So that issue, until the draws are made tomorrow, Thursday, then we can tell whether Palmeiras and Estavao will be facing Chelsea in the Club World Cup or not. The draw will be tomorrow, and I will bring you the results after. Yes, I will surely bring the results after. Quickly. Now, let me go to some shout out before I let you guys go. It is your breakfast. I'm not here to waste your time. I am prepared with your shout outs. Ladies and gentlemen, Frederick Amababe says, my dear brother, Mr. Selon Block, I wonder why the FA is speaking on the player because he's a black man too. Sad to hear. Thanks, Frederick Amababe from Biasla State, Nigeria. Well, I don't want to see it that way because he's a black player. Guehi issue. I don't want to see it that way. I just want to believe that he himself also played a part of it. He should have just done what Mossy did by rejecting the armband totally. Yes, and your club will back you up. But you accepted it. You are a Christian. You accepted it. And you are advertising the gayism. And you wrote on it, I love Jesus. So, so he's part of the issue. My concern is that the FA itself need cleaning, house cleaning. Some of these things shouldn't be coming up at all. It shouldn't. Anyway, we leave it there for now. Okay, the next one says, this is Charles from Uganda, bro. You are forgetting Casado. Oh, this message came actually before I presented an episode on Casado yesterday. My dear friend Charles from Uganda, make sure you watch our last video yesterday. I spoke at length on Moise Caicedo. Maybe later tonight, later this afternoon, when I'm preparing a preview, I'll bring that issue back again a little bit. All right, big shout out to you, Charles from Uganda, and then Frederick Amababe from Nigeria. The next one says, from Ibrahim Shola, says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, to my brother. It is in the morning here. Chris Williams says, what is Taylor doing with Chelsea this season? He has officiated Manchester City again since he officiated Manchester City and Chelsea. You see? Big shout out to you, my brother Chris Williams, there in Nigeria. The next one said, no matter what, Chelsea is winning the game because Maresca has gave us the fan confidence with his tactics and rotation that we are good to win any game now. Up blue, Akinlabi Peter from Lagos. Akinlabi Peter from Lagos, big shout out to you. Kole Wisdom says, good afternoon, Mr. Selon. I believe this message came yesterday in the afternoon. Have a good morning, my brother Kole Wisdom in GH, Ghana precisely. Hey, I hope you guys are doing well. It is election season. 3 days from now, is this Saturday is the election, Ghana's presidential and parliamentary election. I wish you all peaceful election in Ghana there. May the best man win. I have my own choice anyway. Yeah. I have my own preference in that election. And guys, from maybe later this year, we will be coming up with a new channel. Yes, a news channel, Africa for the African continent. Yeah. Anyway, big shout out to Kole Wisdom. The next one says, it's high time you respect people's sexuality and not the other way around. Yes, this is what you were talking about. That I should respect people's sexuality. My brother, is there anything like sexuality in football? Why must gayism or lesbianism even pop up in football at all? So what about those of us that are not gay? Can we also go and do, write our names on it? I mean, let's leave that issue for now. All right, big shout out to you, anyway, my brother. Your name is what? It says, they are really human. They show love and support to everybody, not hate and discrimination. I love your analysis on Chelsea matters. Anyway, big shout out to you, my brother. Your name is what? Please let me have your name next time so I can give you a big shout out. Your names are very important to us on this channel. All right. This one says you cannot mention consistent players in the Chelsea squad without mentioning Moise Caicedo, who has anchored the midfield like his father's family. Abba Francis Abba. Like I said, my last night video or afternoon video was all about Moise Caicedo and Romeo Lavia. You can go back and watch those videos. This one says might reach 2 positions only. coming from the name. Please let me have your name next time so I can give you a big shout out. Big shout out to you, Abba Francis Abba from Apapa, Lagos. From Apapa, Lagos. Big shout out to you, my brother. Okay, this one says, Chelsea is going higher. The only prayer we the fans need now is that our players should be injury-free. Akinlabi Peter from Lagos. Akinlabi Peter from Lagos, big shout out to you. Yeah. This one says, Chelsea 3 best players right now is Caicedo, Palmer, and Cucurella. Oh, really? Caicedo, Palmer, and Cucurella, right? You left out my Jackson. No problem. All right, big shout out to you out there. Fabian Bright says, I'm very happy. I'm so glad, my heart full of joy. Our boys played well yesterday. Kudos to our coach. Kudos to the boys. I cannot relax. I watch my game whenever my team Chelsea FC is playing. I'm so happy. My name is Bright Fabian, aka Chelsea legend from Nigeria, Delta State. Good day. Good day to you, to my brother. Big shout out to you, Fabian Bright from Delta State, Chelsea legend out there. The next one says Chelsea legend from Delta State. Okay. The last but not the least said, this Cucurella of a guy, man, he's killing it. Maresca deserves his flowers for yesterday's lineup. Using Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo in one game. General Caicedo is far better than Rice. My brother from another mother, continue what you are doing. We are proud of you. I am Malambo from Zambia. Big shout out to you, my brother from another mother in Zambia. Malambo from Zambia. Big shout out to you. Hey guys, I'll see you all in the next one with my preview. Chelsea, Southampton. See you when you see me. Shalom and peace.